Welcome to today's workout, which is max reps in 10 minutes of 10 deadlifts, 20 push-ups, and 30 Russian twists. For those at home, you can do this workout with a pair of dumbbells or kettlebells. You can also do the push-ups on those handles. You can use one of them to do the Russian twists. If you luck out with a barbell, we'd have you go pretty heavy with those deadlifts. The push-ups would be body weight, unless you wanted to make it harder, in which case elevate your feet onto something. And then the Russian twists would also be body weight. Kyle will take you through a warm-up. Russ will do the skills and the workout with you, and Michi will do a cool-down stretch. Starting off on all fours. You get your hands on the ground, and then we're just going to do some cat-cow, arching your back and lifting your chin up, and then rounding your back and looking down. Yeah, there you go. Try to think about where you're pivoting in your back. Are you only moving really in the upper part of the back? Is it the middle of the back, or is it the low part of the back? And we want you to be able to control each of those segments, literally all of those segments down the line, right? Where you could do like a spinal wave if you wanted to. Let's go 3 more. Two more. 1 more. All right. And then from here, Kyle's going to tuck his toes underneath. Then he's going to just float his knees off the ground. From here, we're going to get 20 shoulder taps. He's going to tap his shoulder. Switch hands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Full plank. All right, from here, just to get the hinge prepared, he's going to lift his butt in the air and press his head through the window created by his arms until he feels a stretch. He's arching his back, either locking or bending the legs. I want you to practice both to feel that out. And we'll move for the next 30 seconds or so, just bouncing between both positions. Hit a plank, prove that your body's nice and tight. Go for the down facing. And back and forth we go. Making sure that you're breathing out. 1 more. And relax. Let's go ahead and lay down on your back. Perfect. In the sit-up position, I want you to get your arms flat on the ground, but keep your knees where they were actually. And then from here, kick out your right leg until it's straight and laying on the ground. Pull your toe towards your face, and then from here, you're simply going to press that left foot into the ground so that you can point your right leg straight up towards the ceiling. And your goal here is to try to maintain some sort of arch in the back the entire time. You'll find that now that Kyle has got that arch there, he doesn't get as high, and that's what we're looking for. So we'll do this for about 30 seconds per side. And this is to engage the hip flexor proper without rounding the back. And so Kyle is now hyper aware of how far he's allowed to get into without rounding any part of his lower back. This part of the back should be floating off of the ground as best as possible. There you go. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch sides. We'll do the same thing here. Try to get that arch, set those shoulders back and down, pressing and driving that right heel into the ground as that left leg moves up and down. Try to keep that knee locked. Three, 2, 1, and splay out. Just relax. Spinal stretch. Point your toes forward. Try to touch the cement or the window. Put your arms over your head. Try to reach towards the ramp. Just feeling like if I were to grab him here and here, we're literally pulling him apart. Cool. And then we'll flip over onto the belly. Hands in the bottom of the push-up position. Keep your hips and glutes pressing down towards the ground and arch up for a seal stretch. Good, there you go. Set your shoulders back and down. Yeah, just to change up the priority on what you're feeling and where you're feeling it. Sweet. And then we're gonna transition back to all fours. There you go. And then from here, we're gonna do the tactical frog. This one feels a little funny. Could be a big stretch for you or feel like nothing at all. We'll talk about a couple of pointers here. So number one, his back is flat. And if anything, he's lifting his chest up, setting his shoulders back and down, looking forward. Good. From here, you can already see that his knees have come apart and they're on the ground. If the ground or the mat that you're on is uncomfortable, hopefully you're on carpet. And if not, find something soft to put your knees on. From here, now that he's, Kyle, I'm assuming you feel a stretch in your groin. From here, now that we've established that groin stretch position with an arched or a flat back, he's simply gonna rock towards his heels and then away from his heels. Nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow. We're gonna do this for about a minute because we want you to pry things apart. Here's the way that I see it. If we're looking at that hip crease, we can think in terms of, is he in squat depth? Is he outside of squat depth? Does this look like the same hip angle for a power position if he was standing on his 2 feet? Those are the ideas that we're kind of messing around with right now. I want to see how deep you can get while your knees are being braced out, if you can't control that yourself, and seeing if this is truly a mobility piece, a flexibility issue, or an activation issue, which we'll cover momentarily. You got about 20 more seconds left. And then after this stretch, after this flexibility piece, we are going to activate it before we start moving. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Sit back on your heels, take a break for a moment. Shake it out. Do you feel some of that stretching happening like deep in the groin area? Right. So as long as you felt the stretch, I don't really care where it was. If it wasn't painful and you feel like you were doing some work, that's what matters. Kyle's now gonna assume hands and knees one more time. And now we're gonna do the fire hydrant. So he's gonna tilt his hips just enough that his left knee and foot floats off of the ground. And then from here, he's gonna imagine he's a dog who sees a fire hydrant and controls it back down. Let's go for about 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and controlled. Your goal isn't to just flop the knee up and down. It's to control it all the way up, control it all the way down. Notice that the back stays straight, the abs stay on. If you're finding that you're arching your back, stop it. Crunch your abs as if you're trying to press that low back into the ceiling. We're going for another 7 seconds or so, and then we'll switch sides. And I'll have Kyle switch position so you can see it differently. And relax, perfect. And let's hit the other side in a moment. Catch your breath, shake it out. You should feel the activation in the outside hip, the glute area. All right, here we go. Another 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. And so here you can see that Kyle's shoulders are staying nice and flat. You can see how much he's able to get that knee up and out. He can get it flat with his body, which is awesome. Tells me he's got a lot of strength there. You might not be there. Obviously, you're at home. Unless you're in front of a mirror, you're probably not able to see that as well. Something to do next time you're checking in at the gym. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Last thing we're gonna do today, after you shake it out, we have a movement that requires us to press things out. So we're gonna do a couple of push-ups just to activate everything in the shoulders. You're gonna do it on my count though. So Kyle's gonna start off in a plank. I'm gonna say down, and I'm gonna give you a countdown. Your goal is to slowly do a negative as best as possible until you physically rest your chest on the ground. We'll do that for 3 reps. Here we go. Rep number 1, starting in 3. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest on the ground. Relax. Take your hands off. Prove it that you're on the ground. See, there you go. You can catch a breath. Big breath. Get inflated. Get tight. Press up, which is what they call the push-up in the UK. Rep 2. Go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest on the ground. Relax. Catch a breath. Big inhale. Inflate that chest. Get tight. Press up. Last rep. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Let's cover the skills. The deadlift begins with a weight on the ground, and your goal is to stand up with a flat back before bringing it back down. Keep the weights as close to the plumb line to your body when viewed from the side. Next up, we have the push-up. Start in a plank position, get your body all the way flat onto the ground before pushing back up, ideally just on the toes. But if you need to, you can push up on the knees before you get on the toes. Alternatively, you can use an elevation for your hands if you want to make it easier, or use the elevation for your feet to make it harder. And finally, the Russian twist. Balance on your butt, tap the ground on either side of the hip, and that counts as 1 rep. Scale down by letting your heels gently kiss the ground, or challenge yourself to try to move even faster each time that you twist. Grab your water and get your music ready.